Season 9 of Pokemon Go Battle League has begun, which means the new move updates are live. And today we'll be taking a look at one of them. Well, actually, two of them, because there's gonna be some Pidgeot action later in this video as well. But the main star of the show today is Cofagrigus, which got access to Shadow Claw, which really boosted its win rate up like astronomically. Previously it had Astonish, which is one of the worst moves in the game, and now with access to Shadow Claw, it can do everything you want a bulky ghost type to do, and that's exactly what it is. It is a bulky ghost type. It beats all the fighters except Scrafty. It can beat all the psychic types, but it is absolutely awful against things like Umbreon, Scrafty, Sableye, everything dark. Other ghost types, kind of tough as well. Normal types are really difficult, but it does have some good play in this matchup. I ended up leading it against a Stunfisk, and now I've lined up versus Medicham, which is of course just amazing. Azumarill's also not too bad for it either. So we're just gonna keep throwing Shadow Balls right there. As you can see, the team I'm currently running on screen is not the same as the one on the side. Because I'll be switching it up a couple times throughout this video, but the team on the side is the one I'd recommend. Cofagrigus, Vigoroth, Azumarill, just a very solid team. You know, Cofagrigus again loses hard to mainly normal types and dark types, and Vigoroth and Azumarill are great counters to those, and also very flexible Pokemon at that. Now, before we get started with the commentary, I do want to ask you guys one thing. If you end up enjoying this video, please consider hitting the like and the subscribe, because it does really help the channel out. And Ludico just freaking cleans up right there. Alright, Skuntank in the lead. We are running the Vigoroth Azumarill variant here. Skuntank in the lead is actually quite awful, because this is a really good core breaker to my team. Beats the Coffin, beats Azumarill, and it's very even versus Vigoroth. So this is not great to see here. Oh, by the way, these battles were done like at launch of Season 9, so these are not the highest ranked battles, but I did end up going with on a 15 win streak, which is pretty cool either way. But anyway, this battle, again, another freaking Shadow Ball coming through, does hurt the Skuntank. Very happy to let it go. To bring in Sableye, I bring in Vigoroth. This is not amazing. I would have rather switched in my Azu here. But since we simultaneously swapped, I mean, there's nothing you can do about that. Gonna go for the Bulldoze though, let it go. Pretty curious to see what they have in the back now. Skuntank, Sableye. Must be like some better anti-Stunfisk, anti-Bastiodon in the back. A fighter maybe, maybe a Mud Boy. Either way, it's looking pretty good for Azumarill, I think. Maybe Cofagrigus has some play in the back, and it is a Medi. And that is indeed very good. This is where Cofagrigus does shine. Coming through with those Shadow Claws. Oh man. Alright, what are you hitting me with? Psychic? That does hurt, but Cofagrigus is again a tank. I'll save up that Shadow Ball, because Cofagrigus, I think, does win CMP versus Medicham. So if I can just take a shield with Azu versus Medicham right here, I'll be fine. As you can see, I'm running Hydro Ice Beam on my Azu. I would definitely recommend Play Rough Ice Beam in this team. Because you already have enough coverage for Bastiodon and Stunfisk, because both Cofagrigus and Vigoroth do fine versus it, but you do need some extra coverage versus the dark types, because Play Rough just does better there, and versus opposing Azumarill, where Play Rough also does better. I just kept forgetting to TM away Hydro. Anyway, that was a great game right there. Alright, this is the Pidgeot variant. I also ran off this team. You know, Pidgeot is back, and Pidgeot is insane. Feather Dance is now a 50 energy move. Which is only 5 energy more than it previously was, which means the first Feather Dance does take 1 more gust to get to. Previously only 4 gusts required, now you need 5, so this is actually a pretty huge change, though I think Pidgeot is still pretty ridiculous. It is a really strong Pokemon. Anyway, Abomasnow Lead, not amazing for Cofagrigus, not amazing for my team either, because both my Pokemon in the back do lose. However, if I burn 2 shields here, I think I'm fine with this. I'll just let Cofagrigus go at this point, bring in Pidgeot, farm this down, and then hopefully there's nothing that can beat me in the back. You know, usually with Abomasnow Leads, there are no Bastiodon or Stunfisk in the back, because that's just incredibly weak to Fighting Lead. And also like a Skarmory would be kind of rare. You do see it, but it's rare because it is very weak to fighting type or fire types in that case. So as you can see, they bring in Swampert. I go for the Brave Bird straight away, and this freaking kills. Freaking Pidgeot is insane. In comes Marowak, and yeah, another Pokemon I just freaking hard counter. And yeah, at this point, they're just gonna throw the Shadow Ball. But I think they see the writing on the wall, and at this point, they're just gonna top left right here. Yeah, great game right there. All right, Azumarill Lead. Like, Cofagrigus is very, very, very nice here. There's actually a breakpoint for Azumarill, by the way. There's a breakpoint for Azumarill. If you got a slightly higher attack, Azumarill, your bubbles will do 1 more damage, which allows you to beat Cofagrigus in certain shield scenarios. If you've got a very low attack Azu, so a very high stat product one, like a rank 1, rank 2, rank 3, rank 20, whatever, XL variant, you won't hit that breakpoint, and you'll have a very rough time against Cofagrigus. Holy shit. That name is not easy. The name Cofagrigus. Coffin. Alright, anyway. You're gonna have like just the same kind of rough time as I'm having now versus Empoleon. That's Empoleon. Pretty big core breaker for my team. Empoleon actually does beat Azumarill, especially with the moveset I'm running. And also beats Pidgeot, so oh great. And then my Cofagrigus is almost dead. But I'm not shooting his drop X because I want to get off this Hydro. So I can be able to farm him down. Here comes Vileplume though, which is just wild. Also, different Azu moveset here. I have like 4 Azus, alright. I selected the wrong one. Shit happens. I would have loved the Ice Beam here. But still, this is fine. I have a Pidgeot. I can just farm this down. Razor Leaf is shit at energy gain. So I gotta get a move off. Farm him down. In comes Azu. This is all good. I'm just gonna go for the Feather Dance. As you can see, it still gets to the moves pretty quickly. Alright, are they gonna shoot this up? Most likely, which they do. Alright, great. At this point, farm it all the way down. And they can just Brave Bird Empoleon afterwards, most likely. Let's see though, Ice Beam coming through. I'll shoot this up. Hopefully they don't get to another one, which they don't. And at this point, I do have a shield. I do have a Brave Bird. Let's nuke this Empoleon. Oh, good. Bye. Alright. Freaking 1 HP. That was so necessary. But alright. Alright, Shadow Swampert. Actually kind of tough. I actually don't know how this matchup goes. But it is close either way. You know, 1 Shadow Ball does knock out this Swampert, and they need like 3, or they need 2. They need 2 Hydros, but I'm gonna bring this to the 1 shield either way, since I should get to 2 Shadow Balls before they get to 3 Hydros. They let it go though, which is insane. And here comes Bastiodon. I'm just gonna let my Cofagrigus go at this point. I could have really considered switching into Azumarill right here. Because I have 2 answers to this in the back, but since I have such a solid answer in Vigoroth, I'm just gonna I was just gonna stay in, and just bring in my Vigoroth versus the Bastiodon. You know, Vigoroth and Azu, it's not really an ABB team, so you don't need to swap. Vigoroth and Azu have enough like coverage just between the 2 of them that even if I let Cofagrigus go, you're very fine. Very fine. It's a Granbull in the back though, which is not great. Look at those charms really hurting Azu. It's not great. It's not great, but this thing has no charge move pressure, just fast move pressure. So only have to shoot 1 move, go for the Ice Beam here, take it out, and this Bastiodon just can't win at this point. Even if they get to Stone Edges and maybe take out Azumarill, which will be close, because Stone Edge, I think only does like 25%. They don't even have, it's a fucking flash cannon. Yes, these battles are wild, alright? We haven't even seen the wildest, actually. We haven't even seen the wildest, alright? Take this out, the freaking Flash. It's good in the mirror, alright? Flash Cannon is good in the mirror. Alright, they bring in Scrafty, which is not amazing for Cofagrigus, so I bring it to Mazu, which is pretty amazing. Though, I don't have Play Rough, and without Play Rough, they can do some stuff. And you're gonna see that stuff in this battle, alright? I'm gonna go for the Hydro right here. Well, they get off the foul play before, but it's fine. I'll go for the Hydro after this. Did I throw it straight away? No, 1 bubble. 1 bubble, that's the timing. Because then you make sure they don't get any full free moves in. Alright, Hydro Pump. They shield it. Interesting. Interesting. Alright, alright. Should I have baited? Maybe. But who shoots their Scrafty from Azumarill? You can't win this. Right? Alright, I'm already in the red. Didn't shield. You know, I'm fine with this. Even if they take me out, like I can align Vigoroth to it. They shield, and I can't get to another Hydro Pump now. This is where Play Rough would have really helped. I'm just gonna let this go. For some reason they threw. They really could have just farmed me down, and I actually would have been in a tough spot. So, kind of a misplay by my opponent right there. Gonna shoot this up, even if it's a pup. Fine. Could be a foul play, I think. I didn't count. I don't know. I really didn't count. But either way, it's safe. They bring in Gengar. This is okay with me. It's gonna go for the Bulldoze. I'm expecting another Dark type in the back. Maybe an Umbreon. So Cofagrigus will have a tough time, but Vigoroth should be able to do it. But it's an Azumarill. It's an Azumarill, so this should be very, very fine. They do still have Scrafty in the back, which could do some hurting on my Cofagrigus, but they're so low and they don't have any energy. That's very likely that I can just Shadow Ball down. And that's, or Shadow Claw down. I mean, Shadow Balling down would be a bit tougher. Alright, anyway, yeah, just bringing the coffin right here. Oh, by the way, I haven't talked about the moveset yet. We're 10 minutes in this video and I haven't talked about the moveset yet. Well, here we go. I'm running Psychic. I think a lot of people are recommending Dark Pulse. You know, Dark Pulse is 50 energy, slightly cheaper than Shadow Ball, so it's a nice bait move. And I think it allows you to beat stuff like Shadow Victory Bell because you don't get 2 Shadow Balls. Oh, little break. Braviary? Dude, this thing is tough for my team. Who brings Braviary though? That's crazy. Just walls Cofagrigus. But anyway, Psychic. Yes, Dark Pulse. You have to get there a little quicker. Allows you to beat stuff like Shadow Victory Bell because you get the 2 moves. Also allows you to hit normal types. Well, Psychic does it as well. Thing is though, besides getting there like 1 Shadow Claw quicker, which isn't even always the case, depending on your residual energy and stuff, you don't hit anything more for like super effective damage. Except for like Meloetta and Giraffric. Those are the only things you hit for super effective, where Shadow Ball hits for resisted. I think against everything else, if Shadow Ball is resisted, Dark Pulse is resisted. If Dark Pulse is super effective, Shadow Ball will also be super effective. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I think overall Shadow Ball is just better than Dark Pulse. Like, besides against the normal Psychic types, Meloetta and Giraffric, which you don't see. So that's why I'm running Psychic, because it is very nice against the poison types. It's very nice against the poison types, like a Nidoqueen, a Venusaur. Those matchups just become slightly easier. You still hit the normal types, and like, you have the potential for debuff. I mean, I don't really play for that usually, but there is that potential. So just know that there is that potential for sure. All right, this team was actually very strong against Cofagrigus with Braviary ingredient. And they have a Slowbro in the back, which is really good for Cofagrigus actually. For some reason they stayed in there as well. If they just switched out immediately, they could have like double Brave Bird my Cofagrigus maybe and killed me. But yeah, I'm fine with this. GG! Alright, this is, you know, this is really nice. This is really nice for Cofagrigus. You know, I'm very used to using Sableye as a ghost type. Well, kind of loses to A9. But Cofagrigus actually is a pretty good matchup. You hit 1 Shadow Ball and you win. I think you win the 0s and the 1s. Which is really good. Bringing a Psychic type versus my Cofagrigus now though, it's not awesome. It's not awesome. For me, because I'm almost dead. It looks like an odd play for my opponent, but it makes sense because they only have to shoot 1. Then they can farm me down, and they can assume I probably don't have a great answer in the back to this, which they are right to assume that because Azumarill is not a great answer, Vigoroth not a great answer, so kind of in a pickle. I really hope they no-shoot this, or I'm gonna be in trouble. They do no-shoot that, really great. This is where Hydro Pump did come in handy, though Play Rough would have gone very close as well. In comes A9. I'm just going to shoot this up because I do have 2 shoots. I don't want to dive it with 2 shoots, so it's not great. I'm going to shoot it up. In comes Primeape, which is interesting. You don't see Primeape often. Is this a Weather Ball Primeape maybe? Weather Ball Primeape? Hello? Did they make the same mistake? Well, it is a very unique move, but no, it's not Weather Ball. They're running freaking Low Sweep. Low Sweep. Alright. Don't run Low Sweep, please. Alright. Low Sweep sucks. Do like Ice Punch, Night Slash, maybe Close Combat instead of Ice Punch. If you have an Elite TM and you want to spend it, go. What's it called? Cross Chop. Because it's Legacy. Also good, but Low Sweep sucks. Alright, don't run it. We have Victini Lead and they're staying in. At this point, I am assuming that they have another Pokemon weak to Cofagrigus in the back since they stayed in for so freaking long. I love Victini, by the way. Somehow that's the second one, or that I faced 2 today. Actually, yesterday, because I'm recording this video later. But anyway, I'm really assuming they have another Pokemon weak to Cofagrigus in the back, so I'm saving it. I'm saving my Cofagrigus. Even though I could have really stayed in there, I just killed the Azu with Cofagrigus, and then brought in Azu versus Victini, which is a way better matchup. But yeah, that's what I'm assuming. Also, I thought my Azu would play rough. So yes, that was a bit of a mistake. Also, I got double Ice Beam here, which is stupid. For some reason, I thought Hydro Pump wouldn't KO, and double Ice Beam does slightly more. But Hydro Pump would have definitely KO. This is just a misplay by me. Alright, they aren't that weak to Cofagrigus in the back at all. It's a freaking Stunfisk Galarian, alright? The Galarian variant. This is not great. This is really not great. I'm very happy they shoot this. I'm gonna no-shoot this. This point, there's no point. This point, there's no point. Yes. In shooting, I'm just gonna go in Cofagrigus right here because I don't think they can switch here. They can't afford to switch immediately because their Victini will just die. So I get off the Shadow Ball for free here. And I'm just gonna let my Cofagrigus go. All faith in Bird Jesus, alright? All faith in Bird Jesus. I'm just gonna farm this down, alright? I can take a Rock Slide. Look at these gusts adding up. They even throw an alignment, so I get a gust through. It's really nice. Thank you, God. Thank you, Arceus, for giving me that fast move. Yeah, Victini comes in. I'm just gonna shoot this up right there. The defensive is dropped to this point. One freaking gust will KO them. I'm gonna shoot this move up though, because again, Recreate would KO. I didn't shoot Rock Slide by the way, because Recreate would definitely do more. Now I have a Brave Bird stored up. We're gonna kill the Steel type with Bird Jesus. Great game right there. Great game right there. Kind of close one. Almost. I was really worried that this one would end my streak, but it didn't. Alright, another game with a Bird Jesus in the back, and Azumarill. In comes Stunfisk Lead, the Galarian variant. Well, they kind of lagged at the start, but I think they caught up. I think this could be an Earthquake. Not shooting though, because Cofagrigus can't take it. It's a freaking Muddy Water. Muddy Water G-Fisk, everyone. Muddy Water. This wasn't even the only one I saw. How many of you ran into a Muddy Water G-Fisk as well? Because I feel like this is the meta down here. I feel like your early season is like Muddy Water G-Fisk meta. It's crazy. It's crazy. I love to see it. I love to see it. It's a good tech. I called the second Muddy Water on Azu because I didn't want to shield for the potential Rock Slide. Bring a Toxicroak against my Azu. This is awesome. Because Vigoroth gets to avoid this. There's no shield this. I'll get to another Ice Beam just fine. And well, Cofagrigus is so good against this thing. Oh wait, I don't have Vigoroth. I have Pidgeot. Yeah, for Jesus. And no shield this. They're gonna have to throw a move or I just bubble them down. Let this go. Probably farm it down with a Pidgeot. And I'll have some energy. You know, I think energy is more valuable on Pidgeot at this point rather than a Cofagrigus. So that's why I'm farming down with Pidgeot. Here comes Stunfisk. We farm him down. What do we have in the back? It's Azumarill. And now we're going to see how good this thing is versus Azumarill. Throw one Feather Dance. Straight away. Straight away. Honestly, my opponent made a mistake here. Well, they didn't really have much play. But the thing is, if you're up against a Pidgeot, alright, if you see a Pidgeot, you want to make sure you always have a Pokemon left, alright? You always have two Pokemon left, basically. So that if you get switch locked in, you can swap out later. If you let every Pokemon die... Oh, Braver just KOs, that's crazy. If you let every Pokemon die versus a Pidgeot team, you're gonna be in trouble. Because your last Pokemon is just gonna be switch locked, and you're not gonna be able to clear those debuffs. Alright, you always want to be able to clear those debuffs. Alright, really good lead there. They're switching Umbreon with Feint Attack and Dark Pulse. So no Psychic, I guess? Definitely runs Snarl though. Feint Attack is not a play. Though, Feint Attack does have a little more fast move pressure. So perhaps my opponent is just big braining me. And I don't know. Maybe it has some matchup where I can farm down and then like double Psychic, whatever comes in and kill it. I don't know. I don't know. Probably not. Snarl's better, alright. Again, I want Play Rough, alright. You want to run Play Rough on this team, but Hydro Pump still does a job here. But Play Rough is just a little easier in these matchups. They switch out into Lantern. Yo, it's very spicy team by my opponent, alright. Or very interesting team. So, Flygon Lead it was. So yeah, I'm looking quite good right here. Because I still got Azu for the Umbreon and the Flygon. Gonna bulldoze this right there. I think on the Charge move, tie. This is super effective damage. Won't KO though, because Bulldoze is a pretty shit move. Like a really shit move. It probably only does like 40-ish, 40, 50-ish damage. Let's see here. Does this even KO? It must. At this point, I think it must. I think it does 50 or something. Let's see. Let's see. Not even hitting all bubbles. Yeah, it does KO. Probably barely. In comes Flygon with a shield, but I won't use it. I've got an Azumarill with Ice Beam. Honestly, I kind of forgot there was an Umbreon at the back at this point. I really should have just gone in Cofagrigus right here. Just a bit safer. But, you know, I get to this Ice Beam anyway. You know, because Cofagrigus is useless against Umbreon. So I'd rather save my Azu for the Ump. But, you know, at this point, even Cofagrigus could take out this yellow HP Umbreon. Gonna no-shield this right here. Just in case it throws Psychic and it debuffs. I think at this point, the only way I could lose is if they throw Psychic, I shield, it debuffs, and then the second Psychic will KO. Because one Psychic wouldn't, normal Psychic wouldn't. So I don't shoot it. And they Dark Balls anyway, so it's fine. Alright! Sableye Lead. Bad. In comes Nidoqueen. Horrible. Alright? At least I might be able to burn a shield there. To throw immediately. This is definitely a Poison Fang. I'm gonna no-shield it, because it wouldn't do that much. And the second one, which they're definitely gonna get to, will definitely do more. Alright, gonna go for a Body Slam right here. Expecting him to shield. And I want to get some chip. I really want to get some chip. If I get some chip, I'll be able to farm this down with Cofagrigus. I'm not going to be able to get to another Bulldoze, because it is like 4, maybe 5 more counters. At this point, I just farm me down though. Come in with the Coffin right here. Come in with the Coffin. No point in shielding at this point. Zero point in shielding at this point, because I do have a Sableye. Farming this down though. I really want a Shadow Ball ready for the Sableye. I'm gonna no-shoot this. Unfortunately, I barely get to a Poison Fang. Doesn't do that much though. Problem is, if they bring in Sableye right there, I'm gonna take a bunch of damage. If I freaking Umbreon though. They're running Sableye Lead with Umbreon in the back. Freaking Madmans. Again, I forgot to freaking TM my Azu to play rough. And this is where it would have been real handy, alright? I didn't throw a Shadow Ball on the Umbreon, because it doesn't do that much. I really want to save the Shadow Ball to potentially throw at the Sableye, because the Sableye would actually take damage from it. Gonna go straight for the Hydro. Because maybe they don't shield. Maybe they don't shield. Though, I think it's quite an obvious shield. Either way, though, I don't think it really matters. They're gonna go for the Foul Blow right here. I wish I shield. Fine with me, to be honest. Fine with me. I'm over farming because I knew they would get to the return right here. And I don't want to waste my energy on Azu. I want to go into the Coffin right here. Throw the Shadow Ball. KO this Sableye. Still have too much health, though. This Umbreon will be able to farm me down, which is not awesome, and I won't even be able to get to another move. If I got to that move, things might have been different. I go for the Hydro right here, but this is looking quite over. This I was on a 15-win streak before this, and well, it's looking like it's all gonna end right here. Gonna take the Last Resort. Can I go to another Hydro? Maybe. Nope. That's the end of the streak right here, and that's also the end of the video. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope you all enjoyed Cofagrigus. Final thoughts on it. It is good. It is good. However, I do think like a Sableye, a Marowak probably still has more play, because they're just more flexible against like the normal types, the dark types, which I was luckily kind of able to avoid today. But I think once you get higher, there's going to be more dark types, and Cofagrigus will be tough to run. Anyway, there'll be more videos coming out on the newly buffed Pokemon soon. If there's any Pokemon in particular you'd want to see soon, let me know down in the comments, alright? See ya.